What's the one thing weighing on your mind? And that could be anything. Thoughts about, why am I so anxious? Why am I tired all the time? Why can I not stop thinking about the same things over and over? What's my purpose? Who am I really? If any of this resonates with you, then you're in the right place. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. Well, really my whole life. I'm more of a thinker than a talker. But I believe that some of the things that I have been thinking about could potentially help people. So I decided to start a podcast. My hope is to deliver content that has potential to inspire you to lead a life that you love. Welcome to Thinking Out Loud. I'm Lexi Lohman, licensed therapist. I've been in the mental health field for 13 years and in private practice for 8. And along that journey, I have found myself having some of the same conversations over and over again. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to publish several self-help books, journaling guides, workbooks, and this has been the inspiration for me to start a podcast. So I'm super excited to kick off episode 1 of Thinking Out Loud because this has been something I've wanted to do for a while. I felt like I could reach a greater audience and be able to help people without the therapy price tag. One of the common struggles that I see people face is feeling incapable of change, despite maybe even doing all the things that they should be doing for themselves and just not being able to reach that outcome. And maybe you've been feeling this way too. Over the next 5 episodes, we're going to dive into uncovering what's holding you back from leading a life that you love. Whether you are struggling with overwhelm, burnout, difficulties in your relationship or your career, you are not alone. And this is why I created the 5-day Uncover You Challenge. This challenge covers 5 steps on how to create small change that make big impact. I also created a free resource with this. If you would like to follow along, just comment Uncover and I'll send you all 5 days. Let's dive in. Day 1 is all about pinpointing your one thing. So this is going to be your one thing for the challenge that you're going to work on. So maybe you already know what your one thing is because when I said day 1, pinpointing your one thing, it just immediately popped into your head because it is that question or challenge that you struggle with on a daily basis. You feel it, you think it, it's taking up all of your energy, all of your time, and getting in the way of what you really want deep down. Or maybe you just put the brakes on because I said one thing and you're thinking, I've got a whole list of things that I need to work on. How am I supposed to dial it down to just one? I hear you. I understand there are always going to be things that need to be worked on. But if you can, just for this challenge, try to pinpoint just one area of focus. And this is because 70% of people who report feeling lost, stuck, overwhelmed is because they're trying to do too much at once. And you know what I'm talking about as you're drinking your green smoothie, you just got your morning workout and breath work in, maybe you're doing like your red light therapy mask, listening to your wellness podcast, your entire agenda is completely booked with therapy, massage, you're doing all the things, right? You're not stuck because you're not trying hard enough. You're stuck because you're trying to do everything at once. If you can focus on just one area of improvement, you can begin to make small changes in your life. And this is going to motivate you to stick with it so that in the long run, you reach those big goals and it's more achievable. So if you're panicking about how you're going to choose your one thing for this challenge, I've got some tools for you. First, I want to talk about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is an awareness of the here and now, full sensory. You're aware what you see, what you taste, what you feel, what you hear, what you physically feel in your body, how you feel emotionally. You're aware what you're thinking about, what's going on around you. You're aware of how your relationships are. And all of this awareness is with open curiosity and completely non-judgmental. With mindfulness, you take a step back and you observe more objectively. I love talking about mindfulness because it has been one of the most important tools to create radical change in my life. It has helped me with, you name it, depression, anxiety, communication, confidence. It's one of the core teachings in my practice, and I've helped so many clients learn how to implement this into their lives to help them overcome challenges both big and small. If you're going to make a real, lasting change in your life, then you have to be borderline obsessed. This borderline obsession requires mindfulness. You have to become more aware of what it is you're trying to change before you can make that change. And maybe you're thinking, hold on a second, I am well aware of what this problem is and everything around it because I think about it all the time. And that is fair. The key difference here is likely what you're doing is rumination. Rumination is unhelpful thinking. It tends to make small problems into big problems and big problems into unfathomable ones. Rumination feels overwhelming. It is like a tornado of thoughts that create mass destruction in your identity, your confidence, your relationships, your career, everything. By implementing mindfulness, you're able to take a step back from all those relentless thoughts and view them a little more objectively. You bring your awareness to it, you notice it, you observe it, you learn from it, and then you can change it. But there are a few steps before you can change it to observe, learn, and notice. You have to become more aware of what it is you're wanting to change and how it impacts you and those around you. But you don't change it yet. You simply notice and observe. If you're in a place right now where choosing one thing to work on feels really overwhelming because of rumination, I've got some tools to help. The first thing I want to teach you is a breathing technique. This is a beginner level tool and it takes less than 2 minutes. Here's how you do it. First, you want to find a comfortable place to sit down and preferably be able to close your eyes, unless that's too much for you. What you're going to do is inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. Then repeat that 5 times. For some, holding your breath for even 4 seconds can spike your anxiety. So if this is you, I've got you. An alternate breathing tool is simply slowing down your breath. Take a strong inhale through the nose and a slow and steady exhale through the mouth. You want to try to draw out the exhale as much as you can without causing panic. This type of breathing is going to help slow your heart rate, which is going to activate your parasympathetic nervous system to help get you out of that panic mode. While you're breathing, bring in mindfulness, that non-judgmental awareness around your one thing that you're going to work on for this challenge. And notice what comes up with open curiosity. Then record it. Yes, your typical therapy tool, journaling. Now, if you're one of those people who visibly flinches when you hear the word journaling, hear me out. This doesn't have to be Dear Diary style of journaling. You are simply recording what you're noticing. Allow yourself 5 minutes to just reflect on what came up for you. And there may be more than just one thing that came up for you, and that's okay. Ask yourself which thing feels more manageable, or what would have a greater impact in my life. Or even bullet list it and prioritize what's most important. Grab a notebook, write down 2 or 3 sentences on each thinking point. What is it that's been on my mind lately? What do I want to change? How will that impact my life? How is it impacting my life now? This doesn't have to be something that takes you 30 minutes. Simply take 5 minutes, sit down, and write out what comes to mind. If you start feeling overwhelmed while you're thinking or journaling, remember the breathing technique. Take a few slow breaths, and then allow your mind to play out as you ask yourself, What is one thing I would like to change? How does it show up in my life? And what would it look like if I changed it? And that's it. That's day one. Uncovering one thing that's holding you back from leading a life you love. If you don't want to wait for the next episode to come out to continue the challenge, just comment Uncover and I will send you all 5 days. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you had a takeaway that was potentially inspiring. Today we focused on day 1 of the Uncover You challenge, pinpointing one thing, using mindfulness, breathing, and then journaling out what it is we want to change that's holding us back from leading a life you love. I encourage you to try the breathing technique and then spend 5 minutes writing down what you noticed. Let me know how it goes by joining my free Facebook group, Lead a Life You Love. Next episode, we will dive into day 2, where we're going to explore mindfulness a little bit deeper so that we can break free of the cycle of rumination. Don't miss out. Join my Facebook group or comment Uncover to get the full free challenge. And we'll see you next time.